Hello students, welcome to the topic Analysis of Univariate Data. It is presented by Shantala Kulkarni, Department of Statistics, Gokti PU College of Commerce and Science. Well, in the previous class we did compute certain examples on arithmetic mean. Today we will see again few examples with what changes we have. Now, the next example is compute mean for the following distribution. Marks below 10, below 20, below 30, below 40 and below 50. The number of students, just observe how it's given. It's 3, 8, 17, 20 and 22. If you observe closely, it's in an ascending order. So if it's in an ascending order, usually frequency distribution or frequency values are never in an order. They're never in an increasing or decreasing order. If it is being cumulated or if it's being added up, then only it comes in a sequence. Now see, if you see 3, 8, 17, 20, 20, it's going in a particular order. So here the given distribution is known as less than cumulative distribution, where upper limits and less than cumulative frequencies are given. In such a case, initially the given LCF distribution has to be converted to simple frequency distribution. See, whenever the example is given in a form of LCF, that is less than cumulative frequency, you first have to find the frequency and then find the arithmetic mean. So how do we find the normal frequencies? Now see here. 3, 8, 17, 20, 22. Now how do we find? You first write this 3 as it is, and then 8 minus 3 you get 5, 17 minus 8 you get 9, 20 minus 17 you get 3 and 22 minus 20 you get 2. This is your normal frequency. And then you find the midpoint of these class intervals. And then once you get your normal frequency, you multiply f into x, which is here. So then you multiply, you get the total, apply the formula. You have the freedom to apply the formula of your choice. That is summation x bar is equal to summation fx upon capital N. And that is nothing but 510 divided by 22 is 23.18. So if they give an example in an LCF form, you have to first find the frequency. Now we will see one more example where they have given in more than cumulative frequency. Okay. Calculate arithmetic mean for the following distribution. The class intervals are not given exactly, but they have told us 135 and more, 140 and more. So you can take it in that fashion. Then 100, 96, 87, 69, 41, 17 and the last one is 2. Now more MCF is nothing but more than cumulative frequency. So how do we write the class intervals? We write the class intervals 135 to 40, 40 to 140 to 145 and so on. Now then we write the more than cumulative frequency. Now here more than cumulative frequency, see, for less than we are writing the first value as it is, but for more than it is in a reverse order. You're doing it, the higher values is the first higher value it is. So 100 minus 96 you're getting 4. 96 minus 87 you're getting 9. 87 minus 69 18. 69 minus 41 28. 41 minus 17 24. 17 minus 7 you're getting 10. 7 minus 2 you're getting 5. And the last 2 you write it as it is. So this is your normal frequency. Then f into x. X is nothing but the midpoint of this class. Midpoint of this class. Then f into x, you multiply. You get the value, apply the formula and you solve the example. So it's very important that they give you the normal frequency if it is in the form of less than cumulative frequency or if it is in the form of more than cumulative frequency. It becomes very necessary that first you have to find the normal frequency and then solve the example. We will see the next example. If one of the frequencies is missing, and how do we find it? The mean of the following data is 20.5. Find the missing frequency. X and F values are given. X values is 10, 15, 20, 25 and 30. F is 5, 7, dash, 12 and 6. See, usually we find arithmetic mean, but here they have given the value of arithmetic mean. Then they have asked us to find the missing frequency. So what is the procedure? And this is a discrete data. If it was a continuous class interval, then you would have taken x value and then the procedure would have been same. So first task is to write x and f. So the missing frequency you can just denote it by a. The next step is very much similar. You multiply f into x. So you multiply. So 20 into a, you're going to get 20a. And your frequency here is going to, leaving this part, you add 50, 105, 300 and 180. You get 635 plus 20a. You don't know that a unknown value. And this frequency also here, you add 5, you add 7, you add 12 and you add 6. So it becomes 30 plus a. This part is clear, I hope so. And then you apply the formula x bar is equal to summation fx upon n. Now let us substitute all these values here. Arithmetic mean is given. What is arithmetic mean? It's 20.5. Okay. So here is the thing. See, we are substituting here 20.5. Now summation fx is what? 635 plus 20a and n is 30 plus a. So you multiply these two terms. You multiply these two terms. So see, we have done the same thing here. 20.5 into 30 plus a is equal to 635 plus 20a. So this is in the bracket. You multiply these two also and you multiply with this also. So you get it 615 plus 20.5a is equal to 635 plus 20a. You either take a terms one side or the numerical values one side. So 20.5 minus 20a, when it comes this side, it's going to be minus 20a. Then 635 minus, you bring this 615 to this side, it will be minus 615. Simplify. Finally, you get the answer. A is equal to 20 divided by 0.5, that is equal to 40. So the missing frequency here is 40. Such examples they do come. See it aram se and solve and practice it. Now as I told you all, one more example where the class interval is given. That was a discrete distribution or discrete data. Now this is a continuous data or continuous frequency distribution. The example is, the mean of the following distribution is 50, but frequency with respect to class interval 60 to 80 is missing. Find the missing frequency. So same thing they have given here. They have given the frequency values. They have given the class intervals. The first step what is going to be here is to find the mid value. You're going to find the mid value of these class intervals, right? 0 to 20, 10, 20 to 40, 30, 50, all these. And then as usual same, you're going to write all these values here and the missing frequency is represented by A. Next step is to multiply f into x. So multiply, you get these values. Then same way you are going to write the formula, substitute and simplify. You get the answer. Here I am explaining the method, but your task is to write down the example, solve it on your own, then you're going to be perfect. So the missing frequency value A is going to be 28. Yes. Now, okay. There's one more thing, under arithmetic mean. The mean of 40 observations was 160. It was later found that a value 125 was wrongly copied as 165 while computing the mean. Find the correct mean. Now, we have another formula where if the error happens and we have to rectify that. So for that also, now what is the question here? There are 40 observations and the total of the mean of the total 40 observations was 160. But later it was found that one value was wrongly copied as 165. That is, actual 125 should be it should be 125. By mistake they have written it as 165. So how do you compute the mean or calculate the mean? First you write the given things. N is equal to 40 observation, which is the correct value 125. Then the wrong value is 165. Then the wrong arithmetic mean is 160. So the first step is, find the wrong sum. Now what is the wrong sum here? X bar is nothing but summation x upon n. X bar is given 160 and 40. So wrong sum is, you write it here, 160 into 40, that is 6400. Then the formula what we apply, this is the formula we apply. Corrected summation x is equal to wrong summation x plus correct value minus wrong value. The wrong summation x is 6400. The correct value is you add and you subtract the wrong value. You do this simplification, you get corrected summation x as a 6360. Then the next step is corrected summation x is nothing but corrected arithmetic mean is corrected summation x divided by n, that is 6360 divided by 40, that is 159. Patiently you see, it's very easy. Weighted arithmetic mean is nothing but we use weights. This is another example where you just see it's not that important actually. Weights are given, marks are given, so we just multiply those weights and calculate. Yeah, see, you just go through this, not much explanation is needed. Fine. Next we will see problems on properties of arithmetic mean. Now if you all remember, just go through the previous video and check the properties of arithmetic mean. Now the mean age of 40 students is 16 years and the mean age of another group of 60 students is 20 years. Find the mean age of 100 students together. As I told you all, you can find combined arithmetic mean of one group or two groups or even three groups. Now what data is given for first group? How many was to number of observations? 40 students are there and their arithmetic mean is 16. And in the second group, the number of students are 60 and their arithmetic mean is 20. So you have to find the combined arithmetic of both of them together. So the formula what we apply is x bar c is equal to n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar, the whole thing divided by n1 plus n2. That is, you substitute these values, simplify, you get 18.4 as the answer. Next one. The mean marks of two students in two sections A and B of a class is 62. The mean marks of students in section A is 70. If the number of students in section A and section B are 30 and 35 respectively, then find the mean marks of the students in section B. Now let us check what is given to us. Now section A, how many students are there? 30. And what is the mean? 70. Section B, how many students are there? 35. But the mean is not given, but they have given the combined arithmetic mean. So you apply the same formula, you substitute here x bar and then 30 into 70 plus 35 into x2 bar, which you have to find. Then you substitute all the remaining values. Then once you substitute all the remaining values, you have to do the simplification. Multiply 30 plus 35, 65. So you get it here, which is done here. This you simplify, this is 2100 plus 35x2. Then this term you bring it the other side, or this you take it, it's your simplification, you should know how to do it. So 35x2 bar is equal to 1930. So x2 bar is equal to 1930 divided by 35, that's nothing but 55.14. So the mean marks of students in section B is 55.14. One more examples of the same type. Given the following data, see, it's given in a form of a table. Boys, girls, N1 53, N1 we have to find. And girls, there are 25 and their mean weight is 40. We have to find N1. And if the combined weight is 47.58, find the number of boys. Yes. We know that the same formula, x bar is equal to n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar divided by n1 plus n2. Let us substitute all the values. 47.58, we don't know n1 value, we have to find. n2 is given, x2 bar is given, substitute. n1 we have to find, n2 is given, done. So you multiply these two terms, then you multiply these here terms, simplify. When you simplify, see, this all practice you have to do. You have to take a page, pen, paper, sit and calculate and do these calculations, you will get it. So when you simplify all this stuff, you get the value of N1, that is 189.5 divided by 5.42, that is nothing but 34.96, which we approximate to 35. That is the number of boys is 35. So here's another example. The mean monthly salary paid to all the employees of a company was rupees 5,000. The mean monthly salary paid to male and female employees was rupees 5,200 and rupees 4,200 respectively. Find the percentage of male and females employed by the company. Now when I say percentage, it means it's 100. So you have to find how many males are there and how many females. The combined arithmetic mean is 5,000. That of male is 5,200 and that of female is 4,200. Now see what data is given to us. Males N1 we have to find, N2 also we have to find. But they have told us to that it's in the form of a percentage. So percentage always represents for 100. So let N1 plus N2 is equal to 100. Now see, either you have to convert N2 into N1 or N1 into 100. So naturally N2 will be what? 100 minus N1. So wherever N2 is there in this formula, you're going to substitute 100 minus N1. Let us see how do we do it. So this is going to be 5,000 values given. N1 5,000, 5,200 N1 plus N2 x2 bar is given 4,200. Then N2 is 100 minus N1 and N1 plus N2 is 100 because it's percentage. So 5,000 into 100, it's multiplied. This term is written as it is. So 100 into 4,200, then 4,200 into N1, it comes here. So this term you multiply, you get it. Bring 4,200 to this side, it's brought here, and here you subtract these two terms. You subtract these two terms, you get it as 1,001. Simplify this term, it's 80,000 is equal to 1,001. So N1 is equal to 80,000 divided by 1,000, that is 80. So N2 will be what? 100 minus N1, that is 100 minus 80 is 20. So percentage of male employees in a company is 80% and percentage of female employees in a company is 20%. Please students, you have to practice, then only things are going to be very easy. So I think this is done for today's class. Thank you. Okay, there's one more example which you are going to see and do it on your own. The previous example was percentage and this is for proportion, and proportion is always taken as N1 plus N2 as 1. So you're going to solve that example on your own and find it for yourself. It's a task for you all. Do it. N1 plus N2 is equal to 1. So this is for you all. Practice this. Solve this example. Solution is already there for you all. No explanation done to you all. Proportion you can take N1 plus N2 is equal to 1. Percentage you take it as N1 plus N2 is equal to 100. So solve in the same format. So that's all for today's class. Thank you.